As we enter another match day over in the Copa America, I wanted to showcase you my power rankings following on from the completion of match day number 2. Which nation performed well above expectation and which country was absolute woeful? We're going to tell you all about it. Coming at you next. That's right, folks. Back once again with another ranking video. Today we're going to rank the performances of all the countries taking place in the Copa America following on from the conclusion of match number 2. That's right, we're going to get into all of that and more. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for Copa America is right here under one Ruski. Another stellar performance from Argentina, perhaps. What about, of course, who was dog shit this weekend? We're going to take a little look back at the performances, grade them from A to F. We'll do that in 1 minute. If you're new, again, smash the like, smash the subscribe, and a big, big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, let's get into it. So we are going to take a little look at, of course, the tier list system, where we do rate the countries from A to F. We've done this so far with match number 1. We are now into match day number 2, done, and now let's grade their performances from that performance only. We're going to forget about match number 1. Not completely. There's going to be a little bit of thought, but the performance, did they step up? For example, did you lose in the first week and bounce back in the second week? Well, let's take a look at it. Starting with Group A, and it is 2 for 2. For Argentina. Again, great performance. They're looking good. They're looking what we all thought they would be, and that is serious contenders to win this trophy. Not stellar, not blowing teams out of the water, but definitely a B-grade performance for Argentina at the moment. They did take care of business against a Chile side who've just not really got going in this competition, and they go into the match day 3 against Canada with a win to stay in. They were my tip to join Argentina, and right now they're on par to do that, but they need a win, and right now that's a major concern because they haven't even got a goal so far. So headache for Chile, but a D for them. Meanwhile, Canada, wow, I'm going to put them in an A-grade performance after that week against Peru. 1-0 win in the end, of course. A little bit of an advantage for them. Peru going down to 10 men. But hey, they did the most important thing, got the win, got the goal, and they're right back in the thick of things for qualification to get through. Basically, a draw will do it for them. They'll go through. Unless something mad goes between Argentina and Peru. Speaking of Peru, again, I'm going to put them in the D grade. I was thinking about chucking them in the F, but really, with 10 men, it was always going to be tough to get anything out of that game against a Canadian side that are hungry and need to showcase their talents. And right now, they have a good chance to get through to the quarterfinals, which again will just be a good motivation booster for them for the World Cup in 2026. Where when we look at Group C in a minute, it's complete contrast to what's going on in the USA right now, and Team USA MNT. So Canada making good strides under Jesse Marsch. I think they made a cracking hire in Jesse Marsch, and I think potentially USA may have missed a trick by not going for Jesse Marsch himself. So let's move over to Group B, and the performance of the day was probably let's give it to Venezuela. Venezuela are delivering the good stuff. They're there. I think they're in the last 8 already. Well done. I'm putting them up in an A-grade performance. I think they were absolutely fantastic. Got a big result over Mexico, who were pretty shitty. I'm going to put them in D. I'm going to put them in D. I was expecting the Mexicans to get back into this competition, or at least put a statement down to showcase that they were the real deal over in Group B. But right now, it's left us with a cracker between Ecuador and Mexico for that last spot in the qualification phase. Venezuela, they're fantastic, 2 wins out of 2, and they could be on a bit of a revolution right now from Venezuela if they can get to the quarterfinals. Well, they're in the quarterfinals, but and again, they might land a favourable draw. They should land a favourable draw from Group A. So it's getting spicy. It's getting spicy. Meanwhile, as for the Reggae Boys, they've just not showed up here. Very, very disappointed with the performance. I'm putting them down there in F, unfortunately. They've got all the gear, no idea. And again, just like, well, not necessarily the USA, but the USA's got their own shit show to deal with. And they're already in the World Cup for 2026, and that could be a disaster in itself. But Jamaica have a chance to get to the World Cup in 2026. They need all their players on board. They need them all to make every game count. Every game should mean something to Jamaica, and they need to get probably. I don't know. I don't know too much about the coaching. Maybe they need a new coach, but because of the lack of America, Canada, and Mexico in the qualification phase for that 2026 World Cup, this is a wide open opportunity for Jamaica to get through as one of the CONCACAF nations. And they've got the talent, they've got the players, they should be competing. And I thought this was going to be a great opportunity for them to showcase their talents. I did know they were going to struggle. I did. I thought Ecuador and Mexico were going to be stronger, but Venezuela have just raised their game, stepped it up a level, and just blown this group of teams out of the water. Jamaica, very much one of the underperformers so far, but you can only grade them by the players that showed up. Same could be said for Mexico. I think they had a very young and raw kind of group of players. Jamaica's stars were at home with the feet up. Amari Bell, Leon Bailey. I don't know if they were injured or what, but it just feels a little bit off. As for Ecuador, they did pick up a win against Jamaica. I'm going to put them in B. I think we kind of, we've got Ecuador right now believing that they are one of the stronger nations in South America, and they should be. They should be performing wins over the likes of Jamaica. I think even with Leon Bailey and the main guys for Jamaica, I think Ecuador would have won that game regardless. So currently, that's the situation there. Let's hop on over to the hot topic right now, and that is the USA's Group C. Let's talk about the performance of Uruguay first and foremost. Smashed them, absolutely smashed them. It was Bolivia, and realistically, you probably should put them in the B grade, but you put 5 past them, you keep a clean sheet, fantastic result. Got everyone talking, got everyone believing that Bielsa ball is the real deal. And at the moment, I think this nation, as well as Colombia in Group D, it's great. It's great to be a Uruguayan right now. Great to be a Colombian right now, because I think there's legs in this team. I think they could go very, very far and could give maybe a lackluster or an Argentina team that's not on their game. Because at the moment, I think Uruguay could be any one of these nations. The same could be said for Colombia. I think they could be any one of these nations at the moment. Not necessarily all the time, but I think it'll be closer than you would imagine. So Uruguay, top performance for them. As for their opposition, Bolivia, just, did we expect anything more, to be fair? No. I can't give them much more, but conceding 5 in this competition is pretty woeful. So there. Let's take a look, though, at Panama. Panama, fantastic result for them. I'm also putting them out there in A. They've not only got the result, but that result is monumental in the grand scheme of things for Grand C. It puts them now to take on Bolivia, who are just woeful, and gives Panama a great chance to get through into the last 8 at the expense of the host nation, USA, a nation that I thought was going to go to the final. I thought they had the players. They do have the players. I just don't think they've got the belief in themselves, and that comes from the coach, top downwards. And at the minute, I'm putting the USA as woeful. Woeful. I expected much more from them. I'm putting them down there in F. Golly, it's woeful. This should be prime time stage as a dress rehearsal to host the World Cup. This was a chance to showcase the CONCACAF's talents. And at the moment, the CONCACAF nations are being a little bit poor. Don't disrespect, though. The big boys. I mean, the Mexicans, the USA have let us down a little bit. The Canadians, the Panamanians have also picked the level up a little bit from the nations that you would expect to struggle, have actually stepped up, where the ones that are expected to succeed have been shit. So not great for the grand scheme of things. Let's take a look, though, over in Group C, Brazil. They also put up a stellar performance, 4-1 win against Paraguay. We kind of expected that. They did have a handicap, though. Paraguay's a man sent off, which may have boosted their chances. Colombia, let's put Paraguay in a D. I know they probably should be an F, really, but we've got to give somebody a C. It's going to have to be Costa Rica. I don't know why. And then, of course, Colombia with a 3-0 win themselves over Costa Rica. So pretty much job done for Colombia. They're there in the last 8. They may take it. I doubt they'll take it easy because they want that top spot in the group. Brazil coming at you. Imagine Colombia top spot. They're likely to get, at the moment, Panama in the knockout stages. Brazil will then have to take on Uruguay, which at the moment I don't even know which way I'll go on that. We saw a bit of a reboot from Brazil. They gave us a performance that got us talking again, and at the moment they need a stellar result against Colombia. That could turn it on. That could turn the mentality around here, because right now Colombia look hot to trot. A Brazilian victory would give Brazil a massive boost. Same can be said for the USA. If they were to beat Uruguay, a good full strength Uruguay, then maybe there's hope left in the USA tank. But ultimately, I just can't see it. I cannot see it. That, of course, is my power rankings for match number 2. That's just this week's performance, not the competition. We'll come back and do that another time. But that is it. Subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. But until then, guys and girls, we are donezoed.